Hey everyone, it's Dan from the SNDPODCAST and SNDPODCAST.com. I hope everybody enjoyed the Ranger game tonight. Game 7, do or die for the New York Rangers and the Philadelphia Flyers. It's been a very great series, been very up and down as you can see since it went to Game 7. But the New York Rangers took care of business tonight on the home ice and won 2-1. Steve Mason, definitely give your hat up to him, definitely saving the Flyers bacon. If it wasn't for his clutchness in net tonight, the Rangers would have won 5-1 or just have been a blowout. You got to give him tons of credit for coming out and playing tough. He came out after the game that he was still playing with the concussion that had him miss the first 3 games. So give him a lot of credit. He played great this series and had the Rangers number for most of the series when he played. You can tell the minute he started playing, the tide has shifted a little bit. Both goals that the Rangers scored were just beautiful passing player plays. That the Rangers were in the right spots at the right time, and it was just a little lazy defense, but the defense was there kind of thing. So Dan Carcillo, ex-Flyer, coming through in the clutch, scoring the first goal in the second period. And then Pouliot after a penalty that was questionable at best. It was goalie interference. He had no place to go and he got checked into the goalie. But got to call those penalties because, if it happened to Hank, everybody would want that penalty for him as well. So after that penalty, they settled down a little bit. Nice setup by Brassard. Straight to Pouliot. Bang, 2-1. 2-0 at the time. Unfortunately, the Flyers scored in the third period. Nothing too serious, but it was a very heart-wrenching third period for any Ranger fan who was rooting for the Rangers to win tonight's game. Henrik was on his head. He had 26 saves. They played very solid, fundamental hockey. Very few breakdowns in the defensive zone, which is always good for the Rangers. What a difference a night makes. I think it was really, for some reason, the Rangers can't close out series when they should, and that's really going to come and bite them in the ass again for the third straight year if that's all said and done. We all know that the Rangers are going to be playing Pittsburgh on Friday night for Game 1 in Pittsburgh. That's going to be a very fun series. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Rangers play against a high-quality team like the Penguins. Nothing to take away against the Flyers. The Rangers were the quote-unquote better team against them. They were an equal team, obviously, as you can see with the Flyers, but the Penguins are the favorite in this series. If the Rangers show any toughness, which we know the Rangers can do, if they show any toughness against the Penguins and get under the Penguins' skin, they can easily steal a couple games and maybe even win the series. We've seen it before out of the Penguins. Their goaltending is very shaky. Fleury, I don't know what's something about the playoffs the last couple of years for Fleury, and he just gets shell-shocked. It's really scary to see, especially for someone who's won the Stanley Cup and been to the Stanley Cup playoffs before. It's really weird to see why he does that. So it's really going to be interesting. I'm going to say Rangers are going to win in 7. I'm not trying to be a homer, but I think the Rangers are going to find a way to withstand the Penguins and get it done in Pittsburgh. I know it's kind of shocking right now. Pittsburgh is the better team, and the Rangers can find a way to bully them. They can definitely easily win this series. I might take it back. I don't know. I'm inclined to say the Rangers are going to find a way to beat them. The Rangers are a better team than what Columbus was, and they're not blowing a 4-0 lead against the Penguins. I can almost guarantee you that, unless something magical happens and they call Sidney Crosby penalties all over the ice. The Rangers do normally take good care of Sidney Crosby, so with that being said, I'm not so worried about that. Other Game 7s going on right now. I think Avalanche are leading their game right now, and as for the Kings game that's going on right now, the Sharks are up 1-0 as well. So that should be interesting to see how they're gonna win it in those series. So be sure to check out the S&D Sports blog. Be sure to check out next week the S&D podcast. As always, Steve's on vacation this week. That's why we weren't able to record this week. So stay tuned to all our stuff and continue to enjoy playoff hockey. And the Rangers are on to the next round. Enjoy. Have a good night, guys.